and welcome to Getting Close Up Retro Edition. I'm Dose of T.H.A, and I'll be your special host for this event. And the first guest I have will be the creators of the event, Danielle and T. And I'll be on the next season, I believe. So I'm happy to be on here, and we're going to start off with a couple of questions.
All right.
Off top, how did you two first meet, and how did you guys get this show, put together?
Well, so we met through work at a place that we worked at that shall not be named, shall remain nameless. And he was my boss. So I survived that. And
then she wanted to come back and be a part again.
Yay.
Actually, he kept asking for me to do different things because he thought I would be good for as a host. At the time I wasn't ready. So I just kept saying nah. I don't think I want to do anything. And then we stopped working together, but he had an idea for a radio show. And I said, well, that sounds like something I would want to do.
Yeah.
And I know that if he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. Okay. So the next thing was preparing myself mentally to go ahead and do that. So I did end up saying yes to the radio show, but as you can see, this is not a radio show, is it?
No. No, I don't see it.
You want to speak to that?
Well, I had bought a bunch of equipment. My niece wanted to do a podcast, and so I bought a bunch of equipment for her, and then she kind of flaked. And so, I had all this equipment, and so I was like, Well, and I'll tell you, truth be known, I started looking into what it means to be a radio station and how you have to pay the artists their publishing and stuff. And I was like,
and you got to pay it ahead of time.
How do I afford this right now? And so kind of pivoted and ended up, had all this equipment, and I was like, okay, let's do a show for independent artists and independent creatives, because everybody out there doing YouTube and all the other social medias, they focus on the housewives or trying to get celebrities. But there's so much talent out here, that is not given a chance. I mean, that's why I wanted to do the radio station, being an independent artist myself. Right. It was really hard to get my stuff on the radio.
Yeah.
You spend all this money sending it out, trying to make sure it's up to quality and mastered and you got your publishing together and everything that's needed, but nobody will give you that chance. And so that's why I wanted to do the radio station. And then when it pivoted to the show, that was the premise.
That's a good idea, too, because, when don't nobody want to put you on, it's just like how I treat things when it comes to music. When no one wants to put you on, you got to put yourself on. Yeah. You got to put your own self on, and, the rest will follow.
Right.
And you be outside, as in, you either, when you're outside, it's like, the question I'm about to ask, the reason why I say it is because I seen you at the Mecca when you seen me perform. I seen you supporting people's events, whether it's at the Combine, Juke House, places like that in the city and in the local areas. So it's just like how do you really actually kind of find the talent and the guests that you that come on the show and everything?
Some of it is intentional, like us putting ourselves in the position to be at open mics, to be at different events. And some of it has been just organic, where people just, he's getting a slice of pizza somewhere and sees a drag queen. It's like, hey, you want to be on the show? Or, I'm talking to an Uber driver and, I find out that they're an artist. And so it's different ways that it comes together that I'm very, very grateful for. But a lot of it, is boots on the ground intentional.
I think I got one more question. I can keep on going for the most part, but one good question I just thought about. I know you have the up-and-coming season coming up. We have this awesome retro show coming on. Once again, appreciate you letting me host and everything like that. What's your future of how you feel about the season going on? Like going into the season 6 and, what's going to happen after that? Like what's some moves you're planning on making,
We are Getting Close Up on the road.
Nice.
Yes, We're going to start with St. Louis. We're going to hit up St. Louis 2 times next year, and hopefully can connect with some artists up there and or some creatives and shoot live in person. And then from there, we'll start hitting other cities.
Okay.
We're using St. Louis as a proof of concept. If we can make it happen and how I see it, then that's where we're going with it.
So if you guys have any suggestions for artists in St. Louis that we should hook up with, send them through. Our guest request form is on our Instagram page. Link in bio.
And also leave comments and leave the, who you want on there in the comments as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Definitely.
But yeah, I'm really excited for that because it wasn't a part of the original plan, really, and it just kind of developed into that. And it was like, once he said it, I was like, oh my God, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That is the evolution. That is the next phase, branching out and hitting out different places. So I'm really excited for it.
That's also good to hear because a lot of shows I watch, eventually they go on the road and stuff like that. Whether it's a Nightcap with Shannon and Ocho Cinco, or when it's like the Pat McAfee podcast and everything like that, where they always go on tour for the for college road games or First Take. Like there's so many shows that eventually go on the road and gets to experience a different type of atmosphere and just seeing your fans and being able to touch your fans as well that's listening. So if you need a special guest, anything like that, I'm there. I'm there,
Yep.
Definitely. It's all love.
That's what's up.
We got right now saxophone player, music engineer, Alex Thomas. What's going on, man? Come on in.
All right. Oh my gosh. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Oh, nice to see y'all again.
What's going on, brother?
Oh, nothing. How you doing, man?
Nice to meet you, man.
Oh, you too.
All right.
Too. All right. Thank you for having me back. I appreciate it as always. Back in these beautiful chairs, this beautiful new set. You know what I'm saying?
It's not quite as comfy as the purple chairs, but they're comfy.
No, for sure.
Definitely got your face somewhere on here. Right there. There we go.
All these beautiful artists, man. I can tell how much work you guys have put in over these 5 seasons.
Thanks. This is the official release of the new set with all the beautiful faces of the seasons up till season 5.
Now, Alex, I know from the last episode you was talking about possibly, practicing more on the flute and the flute play and stuff like that. So have you been practicing it since that episode? And how good are you with it, basically? When it comes
Peter
to
Piper
that?
on.
Yeah.
Right. Man, no, it's always a work in progress. I haven't been able to touch on it too much, especially with all the shows we're doing, being a part of Jamogi and the Jammers. And that, along with many other things, different projects and whatnot. But, it's always going to be there, always something I'm going to touch on whenever I get the chance, or at least a free moment. But man, I've actually been able to get like a new alto saxophone recently.
Nice.
Picked it up at a thrift store. It was like super cheap. I was like,
Thrift store, that's crazy.
it was one out like in Raytown that I've been to every once in a while. But like, I'll always check just to see what they got. I've seen like a clarinet here or there, but like a saxophone, I was like, I'm gonna get that, see if I can fix it up, see if it works. If not, I'm not losing that much money to it.
So do you like the sound of this one better? Do we need to re-record? Do I need to bring you back in the studio to re-record the song that you're on that we did together?
Oh man, hey, I'm always down. But, I think it was actually alto saxophone was the first one I started on. That was one of the first saxophones I really learned. I started on clarinet before that, but started alto saxophone and jazz band. Moved to bari sax after that. That's the big boy.
That's the big one.
Mm-hmm. That's the deep one. So that one holds a place in my heart. But I think tenor is it's a nice balance between the two. And I've been working on it for this long. So not that they don't transfer over. Things I learned on tenor, I can definitely apply on alto. But
It gives you different colors.
yeah, different ranges. So it's like whatever I really need to fit into is really what's more important to me.
Like, what's one of the best places you performed at where it gave you that high where you like, I made it here, Like, what performance was that and what venue was that?
Oh man, that's a really good question, honestly. Because I think as a performer, there's like kind of 2 different shows they go on, or at least like reception-wise, and that's how I personally feel about my playing, and then how the audience feels about, everything that's going on stage. And that's one of the great things about working in a group is, that's kind of shared amongst all of us. We all work together to build what it is we're making on this stage and what we're presenting to these people. So it's kind of a hard question to answer, but if I had to choose one that kind of encapsulates both of those things, I would probably say the Boulevardia Festival I did with the Jamogi and the Jammers.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. It was
I'm
hot
telling you.
as crap.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm usually sweating like by the end of my set, but oh my gosh, I think I needed water like immediately. Like my throat was so dry I couldn't say a single word after I got off that stage. But no, it was so much fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with all the band members, we added a couple new people in there too, just to like, really give that oomph, especially for the audience that may have heard us or may not have heard us before, but we really wanted to come in with like our best foot forward and have just a great time, not only for us, but especially for the audience and everybody there. But it was so amazing, not only being able to play there, but also see everyone else who was there too. There was music going on the entire time, and like everything that was going on, it was such a great time, and the feeling of community was there as well. It was beautiful, and I can only hope that there's like more big festivals that we can play, like really have such a good time, and perform music to the best of our abilities and have a great time with people who are listening to it.
So, what is your favorite song to play with Jamogi and the Jammers? Because it's so eclectic, and all these mashups that Jamogi does and everything, and you are a central part of that group. I mean, he focuses a lot around you. So I want to know which one is your favorite song, and hopefully it's not the one I don't like.
I'll try my best to answer this question correctly then. No, but man, there's so many, and I talk about this with like a bunch of other band members too, because we've been playing some of the same songs for so long. It's like you can get sick of it, but we also try and take the time to make them different every time we do them. And that's one of the things I think is great about live music, especially playing with the band and everything. My favorite song, I would probably have to say our mashup of Oye Como Va and what is it's a T.H.A song.
Oh,
I'm tripping.
Can't go wrong with Sade.
no,
Right.
I do know. I do know which Sade song you're talking about. I can't get it out. Yes, but no. I have heard that mashup, and it is pretty dope.
Regardless, whatever it is, I think Sade is like one of my favorite, musicians ever, and especially how much he relies on saxophone
I'm saying,
too.
I'm like, to show out.
Of course. So yeah, I would say, but like we've done so many songs just like that as well, and Jamogi always makes sure that everyone in the band gets their time to shine. No matter what it is you're doing. If you're a background singer, if you're the drummer, your bass player, guitar, playing saxophone, regardless, he wants all of us to, put ourselves into the music we're playing. Not just play whatever's like, in the recording or whatever it is he specifically wants from us. We do that, and then he wants us to add more. He says, put your own little Alex spin on it, put your own little, Micah or whoever it is that's playing it. He really wants us to put our own personalities into it, and that's, I think, one of the most important parts about playing in a group, really having that individualism, but working as a collective to make music for everybody.
It's funny, we just had some more people coming in, man. Like I said, this is the retro episode. We all having a good time, catching the vibe, just catching up with all the returning guests that's been coming throughout the seasons, throughout the years. And we actually have another group of people coming up here as well. Danielle, T, thank you so much for the show. Thank you. Appreciate the platform. I feel like I can speak for everybody that's ever been on the show. Appreciate the platform, definitely. And we're about to have a couple people come up here next. You guys probably remember them actually because they were just on here recently. So say what's up to Cat Voltron.
Hey, thanks, Alex, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man.
We'll be back.
We back in a second.
Hey.
Cat Voltron.
Good to see you.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, I'm Zach.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Zach, Alex, nice to meet you.
Alex, nice to meet you.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you for joining the show.
Thanks for having us.
We got so many guests coming in and out. It's so good to see everybody coming in here for the retro edition. Alex just had a couple more questions for you. Hopefully you get to stay around as well. Just hang out with us for a little bit.
Of course.
Since the last episode, we were speaking about keep on growing as an artist and everything like that. So how do you feel like you've grown since then, since that episode?
I'd say for me personally, it's really just getting more comfortable with being an artist and then presenting myself as an artist, and that includes my art too. Music and performance for me can be like pretty nerve-wracking, even being on like an interview show.
Right.
Like just being in front of anything or anybody that could judge you. It at least for me brings a little bit of stress, but like regardless, that shouldn't be what I'm focusing on, especially when I'm trying to, present myself, make music, perform anything. It's always trying to, bring the artist of me first. And that, at least for me, it takes time. I've been, shy for a really long time, especially growing up, even musically. I was never one in band to like be playing super out and super loud. I was always like, kind of reserved. And, it comes with really working on those things over time for such a long time that you become comfortable, with whatever it is.
Appreciate that. And now I got some questions for you guys. Cat Voltron.
Yeah.
First question I definitely need to ask. Has there been a moment with the group for you where it's like y'all had a disagreement or y'all didn't feel like someone didn't want to perform this song at this certain venue and stuff? Have y'all had anything like that in the group recently?
Yeah. Like, not it doesn't happen a whole lot, but our previous drummer, there was some songs he didn't enjoy playing, a cover and an older song of ours, and sometimes I would like hold back on making him play those out of respect for that, because I understand that they're like a little boring for him. Then sometimes I would be like, okay, I want to play this song tonight if that's cool, but I would never. Like, if he pushed any harder, I think I would have just said, okay, we don't have to play that.
Otherwise, I feel like between us, it's pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah. Like, we discuss, like, how is this one supposed to go? And but we work it out. We figure out what's supposed to be, what works best with the music for the song. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking too, when you're coming in, like in the last episode, there was 3 of y'all. And
Yeah.
it's 2, like what happened? I know people want to know too, like especially when I just dropped some new music, and I know there was like a couple other people working with it as well, drummer wise, but like what happened?
Yeah. Well, I think we mentioned this last about the drummer on that EP, Duncan. He went to Ireland to study neuroscience, brain chemistry stuff, psychology.
Something way above our
Yeah. He's getting
too smart for us.
He's getting smart. Andy, our next drummer, he left because we weren't going in kind of the same direction as what he was more hoping for. We played together for a while, had a lot of fun. He's a really good drummer. He was hoping to be more actively engaged with writing songs, the lyrics, stuff besides just drumming ideas, adding drum parts and stuff. But like, I don't want to sound too megalomaniacal here, but I've been using Cat Voltron as a name for like my personal projects for several years now. It's just that's
Promoting the brand.
Yeah. That's my context for like my music, where that goes, and I don't mind having like extra inputs and stuff. But like if I did do something like that with you or him or anyone, if we got together and made something else, I would feel more comfortable having that under a different name. And as it is now, like I'm just too much life going on to like try to fit that into my schedule.
Even though you don't have a drummer right now, like how's y'all bond right now between you two, like as a brotherhood?
It's been
About
good.
the same, honestly.
Yeah, about the same.
We actually started off just us, like, it started off with me, like, just kind of guest performing in one of his tracks, and then it kind of grew from there. So it was just us two for the longest time.
I definitely hope y'all find another drummer. Most definitely,
Yeah.
And make sure you slide in the DMs, you know what I'm saying? Let them know, like, where they can reach you out, definitely. Like, would that be more the Instagram, Facebook?
Oh, either's good. I mean, yeah, Facebook, that's Cat Voltron Music, I think, all one word. And Instagram should just be cat.voltron. So, yeah, hit us up if you're interested.
And then you just finally dropped the EP.
Yes, finally.
The good EP. The good EP name. Good EP name.
Good EP
just
name.
right there, Like how good does it feel to finally drop a project? 'Cause I think before that project, it's been like what, maybe a couple years or so,
It was
something like that.
It was like a whole year since our last single, Stuck Inside. That was like late 2023, I want to say. So
Too, maybe. It's been
I
a
was,
while.
I was looking at it looked like it was about maybe 2022 since the last, I want to say, like, you know, project in general outside of the single.
yeah, okay, yeah. No, it does feel good to like finally get that done. Still, I still have to want to get the physical thing out there that people can, you know, buy and have on like their bookshelf in their CD player or whatever they want to do with it. Yeah, it is somewhat satisfying, but having that last step, I think once I get that completed, that'll be like, oh God, finally I can move on to the next thing I want to do.
Kind of close the book on the project.
Yes.
That's really cool. I was curious, how do you guys like really decide, you know, when a project is finished? You know, because I feel like that's one of the things, like, for a lot of artists is like either you're like never wanting to finish a song, or like you might finish a bunch, be like, I don't love any of these enough to really want to put them together to, like, you know, want to release it. But like, what is the final verdict for you two as far as like, you know, really releasing something?
Really, I think it's just us playing it together and just being like, okay, this sounds good, and there's no weird spots where it feels kind of like janky and.
Yeah, that's usually when we start moving forward with that. Like for this last EP, it was the mixing step was the hardest because I didn't pay for any studio time or any anyone else to mix it because I was out of a job for a long time. I did find a job eventually, but I was like, I bet I can do this on my own, and it took a lot longer.
Almost a full year.
Almost a whole year, yeah. I think there is some stuff on there from like that I recorded in 2023 in my old apartment. But yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, I think someone just walked in. Everybody coming in for the show today, man. Like I said, this is the retro episode right now. We got a little bit of everybody coming through. We have someone coming up here right now, and just want to say, if you want to stick around, definitely that'd be cool. I know you might have some places to go, and stuff like that.
Know, got other shows to get to, more work to do. So I'm not what I did, but thank you again for having me.
Hey, I appreciate you really coming through. It was great meeting you. Might need an engineer soon, you know.
Hey, just let me know.
I always like checking out engineers and just hearing, like, you know, watching the process and stuff. So
yeah.
I just want to say appreciate you. And also who we have coming up here next is Kitty, one of our favorite painters. Kitty, how you doing? Hey.
Good to meet you.
Ooh. It's all good. It's all good. It's all content. How you doing? Oh man. Good seeing you. Okay, got some of the paintings too. Okay. That's what's up. We're gonna get to that in just a moment. Wanted to ask you a few more questions, definitely.
Yeah.
Before we get into our next guest, you know, hopefully you can stick around as well. So some of the songs I've been rocking with really has been Chemical and Good Band Names. That I thought that was a great song to start off the EP, honestly. So like, what's like your favorite song on the EP between you two, and why?
I mean, mine's Good Band Names. I think that's like the most fun song on there.
Yeah.
Good to start it with, yeah.
I would actually say Chemicals, just because it's fun for me to play, because I get to just kind of be all over the place and
Yeah, you get to tune to drop D for a second. We get fancy. We get metal for a second. Metal. but
That's
not
what's
really.
That's what's up.
Do you listen to your own music? I don't know
Now, that's a good
if that's
question.
a thing people do.
That's a good question. I'd be listening to me like a mug.
I've had to listen to my own music like so much. I don't super like to
Like when it's
on
finished,
myself.
you're like, no,
Yeah,
that's for everybody else now.
I'm so used to hearing them and being like hyper fixated on like the rhythm to it. Like, is it actually lining up? Where did I go wrong? I don't want to like go back and like hear it again and say, oh God, I missed this. Oh God. But I do like those songs do like pop into my head when I'm like feeling a certain way, like make it all make sense. Everything's gonna be all right. Like when I'm down, like that'll hit me, and it does help a little bit. Do you listen to us?
I actually have a couple saved in my playlist, but it feels very kind of like self-indulgent, but they're good songs. So I don't feel
you don't sing, so maybe it's a little bit different. Like you're not listening to your own voice.
Right.
You just listening to how you playing that mug out, basically.
Yeah.
Those are all the questions I have. Please stick around. You know what I'm saying? If y'all have some questions as well, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we chilling here because it's a retro episode. Everybody coming through. You don't know who might be coming through next, you know? But right now we know we got Kitty in the building as well. You know what I'm saying? Our favorite painter of the show.
Hopefully there's no other painter.
Yeah. Now, you made like a lot of dope paintings. Like, have you ever had people come up to you and like actually talked about your, like, you know, like your work, as in like it inspires them, it motivates them, you know?
There was this one chick who she came to one of my live paintings, and I'm not an artist, which I get all the time because I don't know if you guys know, I do these live paintings where I invite people to come paint with me. And so we all paint on the big canvas, and then you end up with something cool like this, right? I think about probably 4 or 5 people painted on this one. It wasn't a big event, but she's like, I'm not an artist. And I'm like, okay, let me go into my spiel. We're all artists, and you're an artist. You can't mess it up. Come paint with me. And so she did. She did just a little doodly. And then she followed me on Instagram. And then she started sending me pictures that she had done, like watercolor pictures.
Nice.
And she's like, look, you know, you told me to make that art, and so that's what I'm doing. And I'm like, I love it so much. And it's gotten to a point, like, I even did an art trade with her. So I have one of her little guys up in my hallway. And I just think I don't know, it makes me feel really awesome that I've inspired somebody to really think, like, I am an artist, you know, and this person, you know, living their whole life. I'm not an artist. And
Heck yeah. And then I was thinking too, like when it comes to the art and stuff, especially if it's not something you did before, like you said, you feel good after you do it. And so it's like, it might not be the best work of art, but how do you see it? And you see that you put in some type of work into it. You feel good while doing it. Whatever you had on your mind, it disappeared while making that painting or any type of art like that. That's always a plus, you know? Right. So I think that's definitely inspiring for people that you're working with and who sees your work.
For sure. I think people think that like art has to be a product that somebody else wants, right? Whether it's a song, whether it's a painting, whether it's a sculpture, whether it's a dress, whatever it is, they think like, okay, whatever I create has to be something that somebody else wants. But like, as long as you have like had an experience, that's what the art is about, right? So whatever experience you're trying to have, or feelings you're trying to release, or feelings you're trying to find, like creating that thing is the art. That's the important part. And the finished product is, you know, cool, and maybe it can go somewhere, but it's not as important. And I think like in our capitalistic society, like that seems to be the thing that people want.
So I know in the last episode you was talking about trying to balance that passion and that business side. How's it been since then, since that episode? Has it been more of a balanced life with that?
Can we skip that question?
Sure. Yeah, that's I'm about to say we can.
I don't know.
We can.
No, I still don't do that. So
no, I feel you on that.
It's so hard to like put money on my little brain babies, you know? It's so hard to
You did say that too. I remember you saying that.
It's such a difficult thing. Like I created this is my little like soul, and I just want to share it. I just want, if you love it, I want you to have it. I need money to eat and stuff, but
you accepting donations, definitely.
You what?
I said definitely accept donations. Someone's like literally like, hey, I want to buy this painting. Let me just give you this. Or you don't want the money? Well, I wouldn't give it to you anyway. Right. You know what I'm saying? I always accept donations, especially like when I be out. If someone wants some type of merch, whether it's a hoodie, CD, I usually don't put a price on it too much. It's just like, you know, I'm accepting donations. You know,
Yeah.
and whatever they feel in their heart or what's in their pockets, that's what they give.
Pay what you want.
Pay what you want.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I have trouble reconciling that to like selling my art for money. It makes it feel less like it's art and more like a product. I'm like, ew, no.
Right,
Gross.
yeah. Because it is. It's like your little oops, sorry. It's like your little soul. And it just it just feels gross. I just don't like it. But I mean, like, I have prices on my things. Mostly I ask my husband to price them. I'm like, what do you think this is worth? And he'll come up with a number. And then I put that on there. But if somebody's like, oh, I love this, but I don't have that, then I'm just like,
I'll work with you.
That's
yeah,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
Like art trades or whatever. Like, I've given away pieces. I think it's really important for people to have weird art, to be surrounded by weird, the things that speak to their soul. I think that you should have access to that. I think it's important.